Kylie, you're off on a trip, aren't you? I've heard the rumors. You wouldn't be trying to sneak off without me, would you? Hey, are you awake? Kylie, answer me! You can't have gone to bed yet. I know you get up at 5 every morning, but it's still early.
What's up, Mila? What's going on? I'm getting the kids ready for bed and I'm exhausted.
Well, are you or aren't you off on a trip? You are right. I heard you were, but I know it's more than just a rumor. Well?
Why are you asking all of a sudden? Isn't it a bit forward to just start asking people about things out of the blue?
Well, if you are, I'm coming too.
How am I supposed to answer that? Have you ever heard of someone's friend tagging along to a honeymoon? Does the phrase third wheel mean anything to you?
Well, you've been a solo mom for ages, right? I wondered about you, whether you were secretly seeing someone and just not telling me. Then last month, you suddenly announced you were marrying your friend Tim from kindergarten. He's a solo dad, you're a solo mom, and in no time at all, boom, remarrying, right? No messing around, just straight to it.
That's not what happened at all. We'd been seeing each other for about 2 years. We just didn't want to make a big deal about it because of the kids. I'm not rushing into anything.
Yeah, right. You might be able to get that excuse past some of the other moms, but not me. I can sense these things. It's my superpower. We had an agreement with Tim that he would always be part of the mothers group, like a special member. And then you come along and snatch him away. That's what I'd call a lightning marriage. Single one day, married the next. Boom! Just like that, without a ceremony.
Well, all the people we're close to know about us. They've known from the start. It's not that we were really trying hard to keep it a secret. We just weren't broadcasting it to the world.
So, you're going on a honeymoon, right? I can't wait! You'll invite me too, right? I don't get away much with the kids and husband. They are so dependent on me.
We're thinking about it, eventually. We're both busy with work and kids. It's hard to make a plan. Tim's family all live out of town, and I don't like to ask my parents too often. It's not that they don't like their grandchildren, it's just that my boys are so full of energy, it tires them out.
Oh, come on. I know you've been planning it. You must be. People don't get married without a honeymoon. Come on, you can tell me. Where are you going?
I don't remember telling anyone. I hardly get out anymore with the kids and work. I'm run off my feet. It does sound nice. Hawaii or somewhere. Maybe Tahiti or Fiji.
There you go. Caught red-handed. So, you admit you're planning a honeymoon. I knew it. Oh, I've never been to any of those places. They all sound wonderful. I can't wait.
What? I didn't say anything. All I said was I'd want to go, but it's hard to find time. We haven't booked any tickets or anything. It's just a distant hope at the moment.
You may not have told anyone, but the two of you are planning something. You can't fool me. I've got a nose for this kind of thing.
Your skills could probably be more useful elsewhere. Anyway, if you must know, yes, we have talked about it. Of course we have. As I said, it's hard to organize sitters and things.
Interrogation successful. I'm good at this kind of thing.
That's not it. We do want to get away. Just the two of us, even if it's only a couple of days. But nothing has been finalized yet.
Whatever. Don't go trying to get back out of it now. I know what you're up to. I can smell it a mile off. So, when are you going?
Nothing has been decided yet.
You really are being stubborn. Why the big secret? Go on, you can tell me. I won't blab it all around town. Come on, just between you and me, when are you going?
We really have only talked about it. We haven't booked any flights or hotels. Nothing. It's just a plan in the formative stages. We aren't even sure it's possible to get away. A honeymoon wouldn't really be a honeymoon if we took the kids, would it?
All right, have it your way. You can stick to your story all you like, but I have other means of getting information. I'll just have to use my contacts. And there's no use trying to hide it. I'll find out.
What the hell?
You got a sec? Something weird happened today.
I'm still at work. Hang on. I'll go to the washroom. What's up?
It's been a hell of a day. I'm beat. Just trying to have a little rest before my next appointment.
Busy day, huh?
Yeah, I've been all over the city, meeting after meeting. Jack and I have just stopped at a diner. That Mila woman, you won't believe it, but I think she followed us here.
Are you sure? Why would she do that?
Well, she's here. Jack was taking pictures of the food, and then a selfie. You know what he's like. And she was sitting right behind us.
Behind you? What was she doing? She was having lunch on her own?
She didn't seem interested in talking to me. I thought it was strange, but I'd been run off my feet. The main thing was scoffing down some lunch and getting back to work. But yeah, there she was on her own. Kind of strange now that I think about it. I don't think she ordered anything to eat either, which was extra strange because it was packed. The waitress was trying to get her to order something, but she kept staring off into space. Anyway, it's pickup time at kindergarten, so you might run into her. I just thought I'd give you a heads up.
Thanks, that is strange, but she's kind of weird anyway. She said she had ways of getting information. She must think she's some kind of sleuth or something.
Yeah, a regular Dick Tracy. But if that's what she was doing, then her cover was blown pretty much the minute we sat down. She stuck out like a sore thumb, especially when the waitress kept asking if she was going to order. Everyone was giving her sideways glances.
Are you done with work for the day? Do you still want to meet at the time we decided? I don't mind waiting if you're caught up there at work.
I've literally just stepped out the door.
I've just gotten on the bus. I sent the kids off with their grandparents this morning. They're taking them to Disneyland.
Yep, my father texted me this morning. I hope the kids don't tire them out too much.
Oh hey, you haven't heard anything from Mila, have you?
The detective?
Yeah, hopefully she gave up the chase. She was creeping me out with all the questions. She practically invited herself on our honeymoon. Can you imagine that? Maybe she couldn't find out anything and stopped prying.
I wonder.
She was really insistent that I tell her when and where we were going.
Bit of a nutcase, huh?
I'll say.
I'm surprised my boss let me go at such a busy time. But hey, let's make the most of it and get out of town before anyone calls us back.
Yeah, I'll meet you near the check-in counter in the international terminal. See you there.
Yep, 6:30. See you there. I can't wait to get away. Finally, just the two of us.
Kylie, hi! I've arrived.
Mila, what the?
I'm here in Australia too. Let's meet up at your hotel. I am so excited.
You're in Australia. You went all the way to Australia.
Yep. Stop acting so surprised. You can't fool me. I told you not to bother trying. I think I was an Indian tracker in a previous life. I did my research, followed the leads, gathered evidence, and deduced you and Tim were having your honeymoon in Australia.
Really? That's where your detective skills led you. I guess you can't always be right. Even Sherlock Holmes probably had bad days.
Okay. You still want to play hard to get? Well, I'm here now, so you may as well count me in. Where shall we meet?
Seriously, what's going on? I'm at home, here, in California.
And I'm Princess Margaret.
I'm not joking. You've gone out of your way to find us, and we were right where you started.
I'm not falling for that. You won't shake me off your tail that easily. It's okay, Kylie. I'm great at this kind of thing. Just admit you couldn't get away. My skills are too good.
I'm not lying. Shall I send you a photo of today's San Bernardino Gazette?
Kylie, the game is up. I'll get right to the point, shall I? Tim? Yeah, he actually loves me.
Jesus, now what? This just keeps getting worse and worse.
Yep, I'm afraid so. I don't know how to sugarcoat it. I don't want to have to break your heart, but the facts are the facts. I was trying to get the inside scoop about your honeymoon, so I went to his work. He went out for lunch with a colleague, so I followed. I sat right behind him. I'm sure he noticed me. In fact, I know he noticed me. Anyway, he was talking to his colleague about going to Australia for a honeymoon. He talked about the time and place. He knew I was there, so I picked up on the subtle hint. I realized he wanted me to hear. He was basically inviting me. I've got great woman's intuition when it comes to things like this. I knew what he was saying. He couldn't just come out and invite me, so he dropped the hint when he knew I could hear it.
And the time was today in Australia.
That's right, from the horse's mouth. Anyway, no more beating around the bush. I'm here to take over. Tim loves me, so if you just pack your bags and head home, please.
Mila.
Yes, what now? More lies.
Tim's trip is just a business trip. We went on our honeymoon last month. And by the way, we went to Florida for 3 nights, that's all.
You didn't go to Australia?
No. What you overheard at the dinner was Tim and his colleague talking about a business trip. I don't know how you confused a business trip with a honeymoon, but the place and date you overheard was for his trip with his colleague.
What? No, that's not... Hang on. So, Tim is in Australia right now, and you're back in San Bernardino. This is my big chance.
You got the dates right, I'll give you that, but you've missed the place by a whole hemisphere.
What do you mean? Today, in Australia, I always get my facts straight.
No, Austria.
Yeah, like I said, Australia. Chuck another shrimp on the barbie, me old mate.
Austria? You know, next to Germany? They speak German, the Alps, Mozart.
Austria. Austria?
Yes, Tim is in Vienna, in Austria, in Europe, the Northern Hemisphere.
What? But that's a totally different country. Are you serious? You're not just saying this to throw me off the trail.
So, enjoy your stay in Australia. Watch out for spiders and snakes.
But I don't understand Australian English. I tried to watch a drama about outback helicopter rescue the other day, and it sounded like they were speaking Greek. I was counting on Tim being here to interpret for me.
What do you want me to do? You're there trying to steal my husband after all. And where were you the day they taught geography in school? Anyways, it must be winter there at the moment. I hear Melbourne is nice.
You gotta help me. My return ticket isn't for a week. You wouldn't turn your back on a friend, would you?
After what you've done, you have the nerve to still call me a friend? You gotta be joking.
Yes, of course, friends help friends. That's what friends do, right? I don't know where to go or what to do.
5 minutes ago, you were telling me to let you usurp my place, take my husband. You told me to pack my bags and leave. Now you want help? Are you out of your mind? Who would help a friend who does that kind of thing?
That's irrelevant. That's all in the past. I need help now in the present.
Not from where I'm standing, it isn't. You can't demand I just give up my husband, who I only just married, and go home, then ask for help. You're insane. You're on your own.
Yeah, whatever. Help me. You wouldn't leave a sister here alone, would you? Begging for help? Helpless in a totally alien country?
Australia is a first world country with some of the best medical facilities in the world. Why don't you check yourself in somewhere nice? They'll take care of you, somewhere quiet, relaxing. I think the jet lag must be getting to you. You never know, it might be just what you need.
Oh, you think? Yeah, maybe I need to lie down.
You booked a hotel, right? You weren't planning to just sleep on the beach, were you? Well, you're a big girl, so I'm sure you'll sort something out. I've heard the Australians are very friendly people. You could throw yourself on their mercy and hope that someone takes pity on you.
I wouldn't know where to start. Help me, Kylie. What if I'm abducted? Never to be seen again.
Is that an option? Look, Mila, I can hear my kids calling me. I've got to go. Good luck.
Help me, Kylie. You're my only hope.
All right. I'll call your husband. I'm surprised you didn't contact him first. Mind you, if he knew what you were doing, he'd probably refuse to help. Let's see.
What? No, don't call him. He doesn't need to know. You see, this, isn't the first time I've done this. He told me I'm on my last chance. If he knows I followed my love to Australia, that'll be the end of my marriage.
Suit yourself. You'll just have to figure it out on your own. It can't be that difficult to find a hotel and calm down for a bit.
Well, wait, just let me think.
I'm gonna call him anyway. You've been stalking my husband, literally till the ends of the earth.
That wasn't my intention, I swear. It's love, pure and simple. How can I be held responsible? The heart wants what the heart wants. I'm a slave to love.
Sure looks like stalking to me. You went above and beyond what most people would define stalking to be. How many people would go that far? You're like one of those crazy Justin Bieber fans who have more money than brains and follow him on world tours just to get spat on from a 5-star hotel balcony. Who else but an insane person would stalk somebody all the way to Australia? He's in Austria, by the way.
It's a story as old as time. A woman wanting to be united with the man she loves. It's just like a romantic movie. Hey, maybe they'll make a movie out of my love one day. I want to be played by Julia Roberts.
Oh, dear God. I really have to go. My kids are about to smash the place to bits. Good luck.
Wait, Kylie, I'm begging you. This is the first time I've been out of California. I got a passport for the first time to make this trip. Now I'm stuck, a stranger in a strange land. I can't understand a word that they're saying.
It is English. Just ask them to speak more slowly. It can't be any worse than some of the people on TV here.
Don't leave me here alone. I don't know what to do. I've never been more than a few miles from San Bernardino. Kylie, my husband has asked for a divorce, so I'll be single pretty soon. You can give me Tim without a guilty conscience. I just know he'll be better off with me. He divorced me because of you two. You have some responsibility here too?
Oh, the traveler returns. Welcome home. How was it? Did your first overseas experience open your mind and broaden your horizons?
Let me have Tim. After all I've been through, foreign travels, trials and tribulations, divorce, throwing up on the plane due to turbulence, losing my luggage, finding my luggage. I've been there and done it all. I deserve him. I've suffered, just like our Lord and Savior.
You want him that badly. What makes you think you can just take people? And why on earth would anyone want to be with you after you'd stalked them? Has it ever worked?
You'd let me have him? Please, I'll do anything. It's all I've ever wanted since I set eyes on him.
As if. You're deranged if you think I'm going to even give it a moment's thought. And stop following him around. You're creeping us all out. Next time you try something like this, even if it's a local diner, I'm calling the police. We'll get a restraining order. I'll make you suffer more than just a misguided stalking trip to Australia. If you don't like the sound of that, don't ever come near us again. You got it? You didn't listen before, but you better be listening this time. Got it? Answer me.
Okay, I got it. You won't hear from me again, I promise. Oh, my poor Tim. I hope he forgives me.
I think he'll understand. Tim and I didn't even notice, but apparently Mila's behavior was not a first. She's famous for all kinds of ludicrous misunderstandings and crazy ideas. It's no wonder her husband finally had enough and divorced her. Some of the other mothers told me that there were days when Mila would leave her kids on their own and follow my Tim all over the city. So she must have been pretty good at tailing people for information after all. I'm pretty sure Tim only noticed that one time. It's really unnerving to think that she could have been stalking him for years. It must have driven her crazy to think he was marrying me. But because of it, she lost custody of her children. They moved to another town with their father and are doing fine. Mila's parents were furious but agreed to take her in. Everyone thought she'd learned her lesson, but rumor has it she went after another young father. Poor guy. She took it to a whole new level of crazy. I won't bore you with the details, but this time she ended up in court. The police records clearly show she's a habitual stalker. This time she's facing the possibility of jail time. She's trying to show she's learned the error of her ways and is working a few different part-time jobs. I think it's going to take a lot more than that to prove she isn't stark raving insane. Maybe a stint in prison would do her good. That way we'd know her husbands were safe. Anyway, at least she's moved on from my Tim.
Amy, hurry up and get over here. There's a lot of chores that need to be done.
Okay. Do them yourself then. I don't even live there and you should be able to clean up after yourself. I'm also in my last month of pregnancy. Why would you make your brother's pregnant wife do chores right now? Walking around has been hard enough. I can't even bend over to pick up something if I dropped it.
Don't you remember what he told you when you married him? I thought you both had an agreement that you would be doing most of the housework and cooking while he took care of the bills.
Yeah, we agreed that I would stay home and take care of the baby and the house until he's old enough for preschool, at which point I'm going back to work. But that has nothing to do with you.
Doesn't matter. A housewife is a housewife. You are so lazy. You should take some lessons on how to be a proper wife. You also have been looking like crap lately. What the hell was with your outfit last time I saw you? I thought my brother bought home an old hag.
I honestly don't care about makeup, going out, or dressing up. I'm about to have a baby, and I've been exhausted. By the way, the outfit I wore that day was a gift from your mother. Your grandmother used to wear those clothes.
Those were my grandma's clothes?
Your mom knows what it's like to be pregnant and thought those clothes would be nice and comfortable for me to wear. She gave them to me as a gift, and your mom was happy that I was wearing them. I heard your mom has been through a lot, and I was honored to wear those clothes. It brought back happy memories for her.
I don't care whose clothes they were. You looked awful. Now shut up about my mom already and start acting like a proper housewife and clean for me.
I'll say this one last time. I am 9 months pregnant and expecting to give birth anytime now. There's no way I'm doing any cleaning for you. It takes 30 minutes just to drive over to where you live, and I'm also in no condition to drive. What would your brother think of you if I got into an accident?
Okay, I get it now. You're just guilt-tripping me for doing what's right and putting you in your place. You are such a horrible woman. My brother deserves better.
Excuse me? I'm only being reasonable with you and explaining why I won't clean up after you.
Just calm down and stop talking back. I need you over here to clean, now. If you really cared about Connor, then you would do your duty as a stay-at-home wife and come over here to clean up my mother's house. Don't let your pregnancy get in the way of your responsibilities.
I can't believe this. Seriously? You're such a horrible person. The world doesn't revolve around you. Maybe you should grow up and learn how to clean up after yourself since you're making a mess in your mother's house.
Stop talking back to me.
Why should I clean up after you? You're an adult. I also don't even live there. You're acting like a selfish brat. I'm putting my baby first and staying home to rest. That's final. I'm sure Connor and your mother would both be mortified if I told them about how you're acting. So why don't you just drop it?
Never. I have authority over you. You are nothing but a lowly housewife.
I am not your wife, and you absolutely have no authority over me whatsoever. If you ever get married or have a girlfriend, I hope you never speak to her this way. No one would ever put up with that ego of yours.
What the hell? You need to learn some manners.
Good morning, babe. I'm so sorry that you have to be in the hospital for so long. The baby is past its due date, too. You must be so stressed. Can I stop by today?
Good morning, babe. Of course, you can stop by as long as you're feeling up to it. I don't want you to overdo it. Just be careful and take some water with you. My mom and Mason are stopping by later, too, so you can see them.
There's actually something I need to talk to you about. Mason was saying some pretty strange things to me yesterday. I was getting really angry with him, too.
What? What did he say?
He wasn't exactly being very nice to me. It is a lot to say over text, so I'll just show you when I get to the hospital. But basically, I don't want to see your brother for the time being. Can you tell your mom not to bring him? I'm sorry.
It's okay, I'll let her know. I'm sure she'll understand. Also, if my brother is ever mean to you or is causing trouble, please tell me right away. You are my wife and about to have our baby. I know how my brother can be sometimes. I'm here for you, okay?
Thank you. I'll show you all the messages he sent me when I get there. I'm still really angry right now, to be honest.
Okay, just show me everything when you get here. Try not to stress too much. It's not healthy for the baby. Wow, I can't believe he said all of that to you. I'm surprised.
Yeah, me too.
I completely understand if you never want to see him again. That was not okay at all. I think he gets his behavior from our dad. Our mom divorced him years ago because he was abusive and sexist. Sometimes growing up around that behavior can be a bad influence. I didn't think that Mason would end up acting like this, though.
That makes sense. I heard a little bit about him from your mom before. I still want to go over and visit your mom, so I don't want to avoid the house completely, but I can't deal with Mason right now. I can't even put into words how shocked I was yesterday.
Don't worry about him right now. I'll make sure you don't have to see him anymore. I also don't want you to be stressed out. Just rest and I'll sort things out with him. I'm pissed that he even spoke to you that way.
I'm sorry, you just had surgery and aren't even home yet. You're going through a lot too.
Don't be sorry. Appendicitis is no big deal. It's an easy surgery to recover from. Actually, I'm feeling right as rain. Anyways, none of this is your fault. Once I get out tomorrow, I'll have a word with Mason.
Thank you so much, babe. You always take such good care of me.
Of course, I only want what's best for you and the baby right now. I'm gonna talk to my mom about Mason too. I know you love her and still want to see her, so let's see what she can do about him.
Okay, sounds good. I love you.
I love you too. Get lots of rest and call me if anything happens. What the hell, Amy? I just looked around your house and it's a mess. Stop skimping out on your responsibilities.
Really? You just went to our house? How did you get in without permission?
I took Connor's house key and made a copy, then put it back before he noticed. You're such a horrible wife that I had to go to desperate measures to make sure he was doing okay. I'm glad I checked because he is clearly living in a horrible condition. You have all this free time but still choose to be lazy and do nothing? I'm gonna have a talk with my mom about you. She's gonna hate you when she sees what a horrible wife you are. You are clearly abusing my brother. Until Connor gets out of the hospital, I'm your husband.
What are you talking about? You are insane.
First, let's use your car so that I can go out. Or should we use Connor's car? It's a minivan so I can fit all my friends in it. I want you to drive me around, so hurry up and get over here. Starting today, you are my personal driver.
This is ridiculous. If you shut up right now and tell me that this was a joke, then I'll let it slide.
I'm not joking. I'm being serious.
I already told you that I'm in no condition to drive. I'm also not your wife or your personal driver. You're acting way out of line. You're an abusive person and I no longer feel comfortable talking to you. Leave me alone.
Shut your mouth. I don't give a damn about how you feel. Is it really that hard for you to drive someone around or do simple chores? You are so useless. Anyway, if you aren't at home, then where are you? Tell me. I'll talk to you in person and whip you into proper shape.
Go to hell!
You better tell me right this instant, or I swear you will regret this.
And what exactly are you going to do to me? If you lay your hands on me, I will get the police involved. And don't think for a second I won't. You're acting like a lunatic. What would your family think of you if you knew you were talking to me like this? Did you ever think of that?
I can't believe you're still insulting me. I'm doing my brother a favor while he's in the hospital. He won't know about this.
There is something seriously wrong with you. Get some help, Mason. The moment you found out Connor and I are having a baby, you started acting like this. What happened to you? Do you think that it's fun to bully a pregnant woman? Clean up after yourself and drive yourself around. I don't need to do that for you. You're the one being irresponsible.
Get help? My brother is the one that needs help because he's saddled with a fat, useless lump of a wife like you.
You are crazy. Does acting like this to me really make you feel that powerful? Does putting me down make you feel strong?
What is that even supposed to mean?
I don't have time for an egotistical freak like you. I never want to see you again. Stay away from me.
What the hell did you just call me? That's it. You've really crossed the damn line now. Mason, what the hell do you think you're doing? You are going to regret this. Huh? What do you mean? Why do you sound so angry? Yo, that's right. Aren't you sick in the hospital or something? You had like a disease and you were bedridden in a coma? A coma? Yeah, you said you were sick. Aren't you bedridden? No, I don't have any disease. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I was also never in a coma. So, you were just trying to get pity from Mom again, weren't you? All you want is attention. You were always the favorite child. How much more attention do you want? No, what are you talking about? You sound crazy. I never cared about attention. Stop acting like you need to be babied. You are so full of yourself. Whatever. Just so we're clear, I don't have any disease and I definitely haven't been in a coma. In fact, I was just talking with Amy. She visited a couple of days ago. Wait, what? Amy was with you? Did she say anything to you? I thought you were too sick to have any visitors. Mason, I had appendicitis. It was a quick surgery. I was actually supposed to go home yesterday, but stayed one more night at the hospital just to be safe. I've been doing just fine. Oh, I see. Do you think I'm stupid? What? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Do you really think that Amy and I wouldn't communicate about this? I seriously can't believe the things that you've been saying to her. I've read all the messages you've been sending to Amy. She told me about your behavior right away. What the hell is the matter with you? Amy could give birth at any second now, and you are demanding her to do your chores and drive you around? How can you act like this towards her? I was only trying to do the right thing. Mason, let me ask you something. Do you still have feelings for Amy? What? Why would you think that? I have no idea what you're talking about. Ever since you were younger, you were clearly in love with her. You have also been giving her the cold shoulder ever since we got married. After you found out she was pregnant, you started acting worse. We are supposed to be a family, and that is no way to speak to her. You need to do something about your behavior. You sound like Dad. No, I'm not like him. No, you're the spitting image of him right now with the way you're acting, and Amy doesn't deserve that. It's also obvious that you still love her because you said that you were going to be her husband until I was discharged from the hospital. Do you know how crazy that sounds? I just wanted to spend some time with her and make sure she was being a good wife to you. Seriously, Mason, she is my wife and has only been good to me. It's not your job to check up on her and force her to do things for me. Please, grow up. You are going to be an uncle. At this point, I don't think I even want you near our baby. You have been so horrible to Amy. You disgust me. Oh, just shut up. I get it. I don't care. You are so annoying. Is that how you're gonna deal with this? You know, you were captain of the baseball team. Yeah, and? In high school, you were the Victorian and everyone praised you for how smart you were. Then you got into a good university. You graduated with a degree in business and economics. Are we arriving at a point someday soon? None of this excuses your behavior. My point is that you always had everything. Now you are the husband of the only girl I have ever loved, and you are about to have a baby with her. Do you even know what it feels like to live in someone's shadow? You can go to hell for all I care. Jealousy is never the answer to anything. You need to start living for yourself. You have your own set of talents. If you keep acting like this, then you won't ever go far in life. Jealousy? I am not jealous. No one ever paid any attention to my successes growing up because of you. This is not jealousy. This is anger. Let me give you some advice. If you ever want to become successful in life and have a family someday, then this is what you can do first. Get a job. You are in your late 20s and have never worked a day in your life. Shut up. I'm perfectly fine living with Mom. When she passes away, she'll leave me the house and enough money to get by, so I'm set. Mason. That's right, and you get nothing. I already have my future figured out. You won't be getting any of that stuff. What do you mean? Mom has always rented that house, and you won't be getting it when she passes. Wait, what? I thought we owned this house. We grew up here and everything. You are so clueless. What do you mean? Like I said, Mom rents that house and it will not go to you. There is no inheritance. No, you're lying. We come from a poor family. We are lucky that Mom makes enough money at her job to at least rent a decent house. The landlord was also really nice and gave us a deal on our monthly rent. I'm so confused. I don't get how you don't know about any of this. Are you that oblivious to how hard Mom has always worked for us? Why do you think I worked so hard in school? I really had no idea. I just assumed we had money. Well, now you know. Well, this is not going the way I thought at all. I was really banking on getting the house. Then you should stop acting like a delinquent and get a job for once. You are 28 years old, still live with Mom, dropped out of high school, and never had a job. Instead of focusing on my life so much and letting jealousy run your life, you should start being more independent. Mom can't work forever. But I don't want to work. I don't want to have to go to the same job every day. I just want to play games and relax. Just get a job and stop complaining. Everyone your age works. Just find a job that's easy to start. Mom is going to need your help one day. It's that simple. I think getting a job will be good for you. It'll teach you discipline and how to manage your own money. Then, after you work your way up, you can have a house and a family of your own. You need to stop being lazy. You bullied my pregnant wife. You clearly have too much time on your hands. And who knows, maybe once you get your act in order, girls might start to be interested in you. If you don't do anything, you're gonna end up homeless, and I'm not going to help you. Goodbye, Mason. You don't understand. I'm not ready for all of this. Ugh, I hate you.
Mason continued to lash out at Connor. Connor ignored all of his messages and phone calls, so Mason started to call Amy until both she and Connor blocked his number. They hope that one day Mason will realize his behavior is inappropriate and work on himself. Connor met up with his mother and showed her all of the text messages that Mason was sending Amy. Their mother was furious and realized that she'd been spoiling Mason for too long. She gave Mason 2 weeks to move out and get a job. It was a harsh deadline for Mason, but Connor agreed he would at least help with the down payment on Mason's apartment, as long as he got a job. After that, Connor never spoke to Mason again. As soon as that was settled, Amy went to the hospital, ready to give birth. Although her baby was way past its due date, there were no complications, and she gave birth to a healthy baby boy. She and Connor were both overjoyed. After a couple of days, they were ready to go home with their baby, where they are now, enjoying their life as a happy family. A few years later, Mason eventually found the girl of his dreams and changed his ways for the better. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.